Yeah, so I'm Rob Tribe. I'm the Systems Engineering Manager for Nutanix for EMEA, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Nutanix and what we do. So Nutanix, what we are, a hyper-converged platform where we take both the CPU, so the ESX layer, and the storage, and we converge it into a single tier of hardware. And the way that we do that is we have a device that's like a 2U block. It contains both SSD drives and spinning disk drives, and it's a massively parallel scale-out architecture such that virtual machines that run on nodes within the block, most of their virtual machine I/O is localized to the SSD drives within that node within the system. And so we can scale out absolutely massively. We're particularly good for things like VDI, where you get lots of very bursty random I/O coming through the system, hundreds of thousands of IOPS, rather than in a legacy architecture, funneling that I/O through a storage area network down to a storage processor. With us, every single node within the cluster has got its own storage processor built in, and so when you get very large numbers of VMs and very large bursty I/O rates, each of those nodes localizes that within the SSDs. So I was just going to have a quick look at the interface that we use to manage this stuff. So you can see here I'm connected to a 4-node block. And each of those nodes is running some virtual machines, so you can see that one there is running 42. I'm using about 11% of the storage within this, running 107 VMs in total, and we literally just see all that storage provided within each of the nodes within the cluster presented as a single storage pool. So this particular block that I've got here, it's got 24 disks, so 4 nodes, and 5 1TB disks in each node, so 20 1TB disks in total, and a further 4 PCI Express SSD cards. And all that local storage is presented as a single global storage pool to all the virtual machines within the cluster. So you get all the benefits of localized storage, but you still get all the advantages of storage area networking, so you can still use things like vMotion and DRS and all those great things, because all the ESX servers just think they're connected to a SAN. And the final thing to say is, the key thing about Nutanix is that we scale absolutely linearly. So, when you've worked out how many VMs you get on, maybe 5 nodes within a cluster, when you get to 50 nodes in a cluster, you get exactly 10 times the amount of capacity to run those virtual machines. So linear scaling, very, very incremental scale-out architecture.